up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So the inspiration for today's video was actually from a comment on one of my Instagram posts that I did recently, and it was this post right here, and obviously you can see it's a transformation picture. And the comment that I got, and this is actually something that I've received a good amount of times over the years, was, "You looked happier when you were 300 pounds." And in my reply I said, well, this is a photo of a happy moment. I wasn't always sad, but I can say I am happier now though, but I'm not always happy. So after I posted the picture and the reply and everything, it really did get me to think a little bit more about it. And obviously, like I said, I've gotten this kind of comment a lot before, so it's not like it was just this one comment that made me think about all this stuff, but I've got this comment enough times before that it really, kind of made me want to think about this a little bit more. So as a weight loss community, I think that we push this narrative, and I say we, including myself. I'm not going to take myself out of this because I absolutely fall under this. But the big players, right? Extreme weight loss, Biggest Loser. Like we push this narrative of I'm sad when I'm fat, I lose weight. Look, now I'm happy. And you see that in The Biggest Loser a lot. You see that in all of the TV shows when people lose weight, right? They play the montages of when they're overweight, they play the sad music, and then they lose the weight, and oh my gosh, everything's happy, the music is bumping, they're smiling. And I think there is an element of truth to that, and there's a big element of truth to that, and I'm not gonna say that that's not true at all, but I think that it's detrimental, and I think it's kind of dangerous to make weight loss this like kind of silver bullet or magic pill from, being sad when you're overweight, lose weight and you'll be happy, because that's not true. And that, that's obviously the premise of the video that I'm filming today. So let's talk about the picture that I posted. So a little bit of the backstory of the before picture was it was actually taken at my sister's last softball game as a senior in high school, right? So it was just a good memory. I think she got some sort of award, so we're all smiling, we're all happy, right? Like it was a good day. I was really excited for my sister. It was fun. I was with all my friends and my family. So yes, I was in that moment, when we took that picture, I was happy. I was smiling for the camera 100%. It's not like I was always sad when I was obese. Like that's just not true. And then when it comes to the after picture that was taken a few days ago, I was working out. I actually had my girlfriend. I was like, oh, take this cool picture. I feel like I look like super jacked right now. So I was like trying to concentrate on the movement that I was doing. I think I was doing a front raise. And so yes, I'm not like smiling or anything like that, but it's not like I'm sad in that picture either. It's just a different kind of pose. And so as you can tell, this is the issue when it comes to when people just look at like before and afters. And this is something that I've tried to be as transparent as I can. I try to tell people that losing weight isn't going to make you automatically happy. But when people see those before and afters, that's just what they think, right? And I think that, again, like it's so dangerous to think like that, because a lot of people, when they're losing weight, especially when you get into doing diets that you really don't enjoy and you're doing something that's not sustainable, you hate, like people end up hating dieting. That's why I preach sustainability and preach something that you actually at least slightly enjoy when you're losing the weight, so you're not miserable the whole time, right? But a lot of people, they get caught up in trying to lose the weight as fast as possible. They're doing something that they genuinely just despise doing, but in their head they think, okay, right now I'm miserable, but I know once I get to my goal weight, I'll automatically be happy. And that's just not true. That's not what happens. And then what a lot of people do is they get to their goal weight and they're like, I'm not happy here. I'm starving. I don't know how I'm gonna sustain this. And then they either like develop something really bad, some sort of like eating disorder. Not everybody does that, but that does happen. Or they just end up gaining the weight back and they're even in a worse spot than they were when they first started. So that's why I think it's dangerous to just think that if I lose the weight, I will automatically be happy, because that's just not true. And trust me, I understand that that's not fun to hear. It's not all gumdrops and lollipops. Like, it's hard. Losing weight is difficult, but I will say, and this is the truth, this is the gone honest truth, and I promise you this is how I feel, I am in a much better place now than I was when I was obese. But for the sake of argument, let's say that I was in the same exact headspace, right? The same exact headspace that I was in when I was morbidly obese. For me, I still would take that as a win, because now I'm healthier, I'm going to live a longer life, like I'm in a better spot physically, and I just feel better physically. Even if you take all the mental stuff out of it, which I understand is absolutely impossible, but say if you did, I am in a better spot physically. I'm able to breathe easier. I can tie my own shoe. There's all these little things that I'm able to do that my life, just in general, the quality of my life is just better if you take all of the mental stuff out of it. And then if we're talking mentally, like I would say that I'm in a much better spot now than I was when I was obese, mainly because I can be more future focused. When I was obese, like honestly, and I know this sounds kind of dramatic, but I really just didn't look forward to the future. I felt like all that was gonna happen was I was gonna keep gaining weight, and get to a point where I wasn't able to have any sort of really good quality of life. And I felt like that was going to happen sooner rather than later. Like I don't know, but you know, I'm 25 years old right now. I don't know where I would be right now if I never started losing weight. I'm not sure how mobile I would be able to do. Like I'm not sure if I would be able to get out of bed. I'm not sure like what would have happened because I was gaining weight in such a, like I was gaining weight pretty rapidly after high school that I wasn't future focused. Like I didn't care. Like, if somebody asked me, what do you want to do in 5 years? In my head, I was like, I just hope I'm alive. And that's honestly how I felt. Now, after losing the weight, I can think about the future. And it's not something that's scary to me. It's not like, if I think about the future, I'm like, okay, am I gonna have a heart attack before I'm 30 years old? That's not even things that I'm worried about. So that's like probably one of the main things mentally that has been good with losing, you know, a significant amount of weight. And we've all heard the, I'd rather be fat and happy than skinny and comfortable. And I know this might sound kind of crazy coming from me, but I personally can see how that can be true for some people. Because a lot of people, when they think losing weight, all they think about is being on this terrible diet that they genuinely hate, and they feel like they cannot enjoy anything that they enjoy when they're overweight. So I can see why someone would think I'd rather be fat and happy than skinny and miserable. But the whole point of my channel, the whole thing that I'm trying to show people is like, you can lose weight in a sustainable way that doesn't make you miserable, and you can get to that goal weight. It doesn't even have to, like, I'm not saying people have to do what I've done. I don't even think that people need to do that. But just get to a point where you're healthy, and I can almost guarantee you'll be happier there than you were when you were obese. So is losing a massive amount of weight going to be some silver bullet or some magic pill that's gonna completely solve all the issues that you have in your life? Absolutely not. And I don't believe that, and I'm sure most people, if you ask them that have lost a lot of weight, would agree with me on that. But I can say losing weight was the best decision I ever made in my entire life when it comes to the quality of my life. There's, without a doubt, there's nothing else that I've ever done in my life that has been a better decision than deciding to lose weight. Was it the silver bullet? Was it the magic pill that solved everything in my life? Absolutely not. But it has been the best decision I've ever made. But again, those are just my thoughts on the topic. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you've lost a lot of weight, or if you're trying to lose weight, like, what do you think about everything that we've been talking about? I would seriously love to hear what you guys have to think down in the comment section down below. But I wanna say thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am. And for everyone that's asking, I'm saying, look how buff I am. Okay.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.